Hey guys, today I'm working in the plant room and I decided to take you along as I barinify my shelves. Pretty much, I bought myself a bunch of barinas. I'm gonna install them with you guys, take you along, talk a little bit about my artificial light solutions. Although some of you already know what I'm about to do, yeah, there are some things that I do want to show you. Anyway, let's just hang out together today. It's a beautiful day, no matter if it's sunny or windy or snowy or, oof, I miss snow. Did I tell you I miss snow? Anyway, it's still really hot here when I'm filming this. So, I hope you enjoy your time. If you do, don't forget to give this video a like. It helps it out in the wondrous world of the YouTube algorithm. And also leave me a comment. Tell me, what are you guys up to in your plant rooms? And hey, why not subscribe? I post 3 times a week and it's free. Right, so let's start with the beginning. My VITTSJO shelves are empty or almost empty at the moment. If you remember, they used to be there. Well, one of them was. I placed everybody on this side of the plant room. And look at that, I have an empty shelf that doesn't have light. And guess what? I just purchased light. So we're gonna install it together. But as I told you in some previous videos, I do intend to switch my artificial light setup with the barinas, which are supposed to be grow lights. Honestly, I don't have a par meter or a spectrum meter or anything. I cannot tell you if they are proper grow lights with the spectrum that they advertise. I really don't know. What I do know is that they look good and they do kind of make a difference in plant growth. I seem to find that my orchids just grow a little bit better under these lights. And it's not that they're more powerful or anything, actually they're not. If anything, they're a little dimmer than my LED panels, which are shop lights. But the growth is enhanced, or at least this is what I believe. After about a year of using them, yeah, if I decided to switch to them, then it means something. And P.S., this video is not sponsored in any way, shape or form. I purchased these lights myself, along with all of this furniture in my plant room. So because it kind of costs a little bit to import them from the USA, I get a few barinas at a time and do a shelf at a time. It's gonna take a few months to a year or 2 years, or who knows how long. Gonna take a while, but yeah, that's the way we do it, right? So before we install though, let me just show you a little automation that I've done recently. So recently I have been on the lookout for another set of programmable plugs. If you guys know, I had 2 VITTSJOs that I used to order from Amazon. And well, ever since IKEA came up with their own smart home device or network or whatever, I kind of switched to that because it's kind of neat and I find it locally. I don't need to pay shipping, easy to return if anything is broken. You know how IKEA works. So I did automate my shelves on the IKEA system, and now, as you can see, not only do I have a little switch that controls these lights and also these lights, you don't see anything, right? Ta-da, lights, ta-da, darkness. Yes, I am 5. So not only this, but also I can control when they turn on or off and how long they will be on actually. And if you guys want me to talk about the IKEA system in a different video, I can totally do that. I'll be honest, it's slightly tricky if you don't follow a tutorial to connect everything, but it's not impossible. And once you get the hang of things, it's actually pretty easy. So what I actually have are 2 programmable plugs. I have more in the growth space. I have some aquariums on these plugs as well, not these ones. So I have both the southern lights and the eastern lights on these 2 plugs. And this little switch is connected to those little plugs. This is magnetic. I can actually attach it anywhere. It comes with a double adhesive as well, but it sits on this VITTSJO shelf, which is also from IKEA. So early in the morning, when I wake up earlier than the barinas wake up, I just have my little coffee in the plant room and just open up a set of barinas. Not everything. I don't want to wake up the birds, although they do wake up before me as well. So those are a few technical details about what automations I have. I can extend this automation system to other stuff as well. IKEA actually has a whole environment or network, should I say, of all sorts of devices which can be connected, such as all sorts of plugs and dimmers and sensors and things of the sorts. It's quite neat. But today's main focus are the shelves, particularly that shelf. So I've already connected these 2 shelves and I was missing some lights for that one, which we will do today together. But a few words about these VITTSJO cabinets first. They are amazing. I love them. I do absolutely love this line. But what I wanted to tell you guys is that the top shelf here is a particle board, I think that's how you call it. There we go. This guy, if sun heats it up, it warps like nothing else. It becomes a boat. So if you ever have this happening, what you can do is turn it around and put some weights. I actually put my orchids on top, the vandas, which are in the clay pots, and that straightened it up. But if you ever intend to purchase these VITTJO cabinets and you want to put them somewhere where any type of sunshine, whether it's filtered or not, can heat them up, they're also black, by the way, then I strongly suggest you cover them with something. So again, at IKEA, I find these tablecloths, which are definitely long enough to cover one entire VITTJO shelf. I have 3 shelves here, so I had to make do with another little coaster there, but you get the idea. Don't let this thing stay in the sun. Don't let it heat up because it's gonna warp like nothing else. It's gonna happen in like half an hour or 1 hour. So that's a little bit of a warning. Let's get to the barinas now, shall we? So I will install the tubes just like I did with the other shelves. The easiest way to install it on the upper shelf is to just turn it upside down like so. You'll notice that I do have some residue, some glue residue from the other lights that I moved in a different cabinet, which I'll show you another time. But it's okay, nobody sees this side. And until I bring my barinas, I'm gonna cover it again. No joke, you guys. Last year, this thing warped so much, it scared me. I thought it was unusable anymore. Ta-da! These are my Barrina lights. I have 2 packs because I like to mix the yellow and pink version of these. Now I'll link you these guys down below in the description if you want to replicate this setup. Mind you though, Barrina considers one of them not pink but white. I assure you, it's very pink, not white. So one is yellow, one is pink rather than white. You will find the 2 color options in the same listing on Amazon. You don't have to mix the 2. I just find that the color rendition is absolutely beautiful. I love looking at it. Pink is too pink for me, yellow slightly too yellow, so the combination of the 2 is fabulous in my opinion. One thing though that I will say is that on the package you cannot see which is pink, which is yellow, so I always need to connect one of them and like mark them on the back with a marker to know which is yellow, which is pink, because there's no way to know. So Barrina, if you're somehow watching, please put the color on the tube, that would be great. Alright, so what I like to do is combine 4 Barrina tubes, 2 pinks and 2 yellows. That's why I like to mark all of them, just so I know what it is I'm working with, because I also place them in a very particular way. I like to keep my pink Barrinas in the center and the yellow Barrinas on the outside. And as you can see, these tubes are quite a lot shorter than my shelf. So what I do is place them alternatively, one towards the outside of my shelf, one towards the inside, something like this. And when I have the tubes placed exactly how I want, I will glue them. Now, these tubes come with some double adhesive tape of their own. I did hear on the internet that this is not very good. However, I totally disagreed. And I have to say, my Command double adhesive, yeah, it's pretty easy to remove when you just apply it. In time though, it's just as hard to remove as this one. At least this is what I think. And sometimes because it's much thinner and my shelves are slightly warped, these things don't get to sit straight. Maybe you can hear. Yeah, it doesn't sit straight. This is warped. So a thicker double adhesive tape will help me a little bit more. So I'm going to be using this one rather than my Command one. Before I stick them to the shelf, I must clean the shelf, which I already did. I cleaned it up and I already wiped it with a little bit of alcohol to remove grease and other residue. That's one thing. And the second, I'm going to completely remove these little stickers from the Barrinas, because if you think this was easy to remove, trust me, it's so much easier when the Barrina is actually warmed up. And what I have are tubes falling on the orchids and burning their leaves. So these guys, I'm just going to remove them. I'm also exposing a metallic component here, which I do not want to touch when this thing is connected, but I will place my double adhesive right on top of it. So I'll go ahead and do that really fast. there we go, and we're ready to start. One more thing I do want to address in case you do want to replicate the setup, which if you do, fantastic. Let me know how you like it. Okay, so keep in mind, we will have to connect these tubes to the power plug and also in between them. We're gonna daisy chain them. And the jack adds a few more centimeters here at the side. So when you arrange your tube on the shelf, no matter what type of shelf you're using, don't place the edge of the tube right at the edge of your shelf. You need, let's say, another inch or so, or a couple of centimeters or so on each side to allocate some space for that jack. You'll see what I mean. So just keep that in mind and make sure to place them just about an inch or so, or a couple of centimeters or 3 centimeters or so away from the edge of your shelf. Alrighty, time to apply the double adhesive. And now the fun part, the most nerve-wracking part. Let us glue the tubes to our shelf, and hopefully we calculated everything correctly. All right, now that this is done, all we need to do is flip the shelf, and there we go, lights installed. Well, we need to connect them in between them, but for now we're done here. Let's cover it up really fast before it warps even more. Alrighty, time to work underneath. The barinas are daisy chainable, and the company suggests that you don't daisy chain more than 4 tubes per power plug. So that's what we will do. As you can see on each shelf, I have 4 barinas, and inside the package you will find the daisy chain cables. There are some connectors which are super short, so if you want to connect more of these tubes, let's say in a straight line, you can definitely do so. I do actually unbox these lights in a different video, which I will share with you down below if you're interested to see what's in the box. I find they give you so many accessories, it's kind of mind-blowing. I appreciate that, but I will be using these guys and of course one of the plugs. So I will have to decide where do I want my plug to come out of the tubes, and I would like it to come out on that side, because then I can run it on the shelf down the leg and just connect it to that plug over there, or maybe an extension cord. I don't really know. We're gonna figure that out. You can pretty much daisy chain these however you like. You can install, let's say, the plug here or here in the back. On any end of the tubes you can connect this extension cord. It does not matter. So for me, it's a little bit easier if I connect the extension cord here, right here in the back. So I will keep that in mind, and I will continue to connect the barinas from here. Oh my goodness, I got a shoulder cramp. Ouchie. I have this camera in between me and the shelf, so you can imagine that I need to do a little bit of gymnastics here, and I did not do gymnastics in 20 years. Okay, so I connected all of these guys. You can see the cables are hanging. We're gonna fix them. I'm gonna show you how I do it. And this one, I'm just gonna hide behind the leg. Actually, I think I should hide it here. Go down with it and then connect it to the plug somewhere inside, which is what I shall do. And now that I look at it, I need an extension cord. Hold on. There we go. Got all sorts of trinkets in the plant room. I'm like Ariel, collecting trinkets from the human world. How does the song go? Maybe I shouldn't sing it because I'm gonna get a copyright strike. All right, so this is how it all connects. I will need to hide it behind the shelves, but I'm gonna do that later. I just want to see if everything works. I need an adapter now. Do I have adapters? Of course I do. Part of that world. Now if I get a copyright strike, I'm gonna be amazed. Alrighty. Oh wait, they do actually have a switch on them as well. And they are working. How pretty, how beautiful. Absolutely love these lights. All right, okay, so we're done with these guys, but now we need to apply some barinas to this shelf as well. So we're gonna pretty much do the same thing, but I'm not going to flip this. You could I just find it a little unnecessary. So I'm just gonna do the exact same thing and I'm just gonna stick them to the bottom. Can I stop stepping on this bubble wrap? I just discovered that I did a little boo-boo. Yeah, no, you can actually connect 8 Barrina tubes, not 4. So how am I going to connect these guys now? I need to redo a little bit what I did here, but it's okay. I'm gonna show you how to fix it really fast. So I wanna connect this tube to one below it with this connector. But oh no, I'm gonna have to redo everything that I just did. No problem. First and foremost, yeah, I need to unplug everything. And now let's go back to the beginning. So what I said was that I want to connect this guy to the guy below, like so. So this means that this tube needs to connect to this one here. So alrighty then, let's just do that. Getting the connector, putting it here. Gonna get it from this tube and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, these guys are connected. I need a connection here with this guy, so I'm gonna disconnect him. This is where the power cable used to be. Connect this guy to this guy. And the power cable, we're gonna connect it right here. Are you in the frame? You are not. Right here. I'm gonna connect this guy. But oh no, Nanny, it's in the middle now. However, are we going to hide the cable? We're gonna hide it. Where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm gonna hide it right here. This cable will go down here in the back. It's gonna come down through here. There we go. And we're gonna connect it to the power brick below. Ta-da! So if you ever mess up the connections, you can reconnect them however you feel like. Getting back to what we're interested in, from above, we need to connect to the tube below. So before I stick it on the glass, I'm going to connect it just so I know how much wiggle room I have. And afterwards, I'm just going to stick it on the glass like such. Hey presto. So working from this guy, we can connect the rest of them. Alrighty then, ta-da, everything is done. This is not the same day. I actually lost some footage where I showed you how I tidied everything up, how I glued the cable, the connector cables, how I hid the power cables. Isn't it a joy when footage gets lost? It is. I'm just gonna tell you all about it. Sorry about that. So first off, how did I stabilize those connector cables? Well, I used this double adhesive tape. It's actually transparent, it's gummy. I'm gonna show you a close-up. I got this with a different type of light, but you can definitely find these at hardware stores. What it is, it's a flexible gummy type of double adhesive. It's not red. This is just the paper that holds the tape. The tape itself is transparent, which is perfect for glass because it's pretty inconspicuous. So I attached these cables to the glass with this type of gummy double adhesive, and when you put plants on top, it becomes absolutely invisible anyway, and it just keeps everything a lot tidier. Also, I attached the cable that goes to the plug with a zip tie in the back there. This cabinet has a little screw there, so this cable tie will not fall down. And the cable goes all the way down. I stabilized it again with a cable tie there. I should have used black cable ties, but I just don't have any at the moment, and I just didn't want to get out of the house. And ta-da, project complete. Again, I'm so sorry that footage is missing, but you really didn't miss much. I hope you got the gist of things. Obviously, there are multiple ways of connecting the grow tubes and also hiding the wires. You can be a lot better at it than I am. This kind of works out for me. I'm not very bothered about the cables showing here and there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it inspired you. You will again find links down below to the products that I used. Again, the barinas, you can find them on Amazon USA. They're not available in Europe or other territories. Sadly, I import them myself. I do have to pay double the shipping costs and import fees, but I do find that it's worth it. I got a comment last time I talked about them saying that you can actually find much powerful grow lights for the price with the import tax and everything, which is absolutely true. But as I answered to that comment last time, placing a stronger grow light on these shelves and putting the orchids so close to the light is like placing somebody on Mercury. They will just be blown away by the blaze, the sheer power of the grow lights. It's absolutely unnecessary, absolutely unrecommended. I would not go for anything super powerful under these lights, under these shelves, because there's just about 40 centimeters from the top of the shelf to the bottom. So obviously you don't want to burn the heck out of your plants. Do not put something powerful here, because it might end up very badly. Not to mention, those powerful lights tend to heat up quite a bit. They have a lot more LEDs than the barinas, so the density is much higher, the heat will be much higher. The barinas warm up slightly, but other grow lights will warm up a lot, so be extra careful with these types of shelves. Obviously on glass you can put something that goes a little bit hotter. Glass is more resilient, but these shelves, as I was saying at the beginning, they warp under quite a lot of heat. The barinas are not enough to warp them, but the sunshine is absolutely going to warp these shelves. So be careful with what type of grow lights you're playing with and under what circumstances, because powerful is not always better. In this situation, it's actually very bad. Don't put something strong under these shelves. Alrighty, so that is about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some inspiration. Check the description for more information about the IKEA stuff. Obviously, if you have an IKEA in your territory, visit it and see if they have these products. Most likely they will. I found them locally as well. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. Subscribe to my channel for more orchid videos, tutorials, experiments, updates, and other fun orchid subjects. If you wish to support the channel, do consider becoming a member or visit the merch store linked down below in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's always nice to stay in touch there as well. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!